What's going on, you guys? Here we are with the Copart green truck, and today we're going to try to get this thing off the trailers. First, we're going to get these control arms on the driver's side. That way, this right here is going to be more movable. Try to get that on, get the steering connected up, get this thing off the trailer, and then we're going to try to get it started. We're not even trying to get it started anymore. It's got some sort of fuel problem. Look, it's got a beautiful day out here. Like, look at that. Oh, I love it. Nice rainy day. So cool and perfect out. I think right here, all I need is a new adjusting sleeve, hopefully. So we'll see. I only bought an adjusting sleeve. We'll see if that works. At least something just so we can get it steering. And, but yeah, look at that, guys. That ain't coming off the trailer like that with those folded up control arms. So, well, you guys, we're underneath here. Just got this bolt out. We're trying to do it maybe a different way, see if we can do it without taking the tire off. We're kind of thinking if we can just get these off and just like pull the axle forward and then put the other ones on. We're trying to do it without the least amount of work, but we got some good rain coming down. Bailey, you love the rain, huh? Yes. She loves it. Bailey, you a water dog. Guys, so we've been going at this for a while. We took a break because of the storm, but we came back, got the bottom one off and got that other top one off. But this one's like impossible. Look at the force bar. We had it all the way out to like here, and we couldn't do it. Would not break. So now look what we got. We got a wrench going down to this, going to a come along, going to the chain up there. So we're gonna see. Let's see how this works. Break this loose. Oh, look, it's spinning it like nothing. Look at it. It's working. Oh, good old come along, man. Spinning it, just like yes. No, I don't think it's spinning the other side. It would be spinning. Oh my gosh, what's happening up there? Yeah, I need to reset. Look, it's spinning the whole thing now. Okay, guys, so look at this. We have this strap over here. Pulled this axle forward, and look, we got everything on. Well, this control arm's out, so it's out. Thing is toast, just all bent up. But look at how bad the this is crunched in. The oil pan here. Like, look at that. That is a perfect imprint. Hopefully it's not too bad. Like, that's pretty crunch right there. Hopefully it doesn't like start to leak or something, but we're having insane trouble getting this bolt out. It's like married to the control arm. They're like one and the same. Like, even though I'm spinning it right here, the like inside, this piece right here is stuck to the bolt. We've been hitting it with the mini sledge right here like a billion times. This was brand new. Look at that. And that bolt will not come out. So we're trying to figure out how in the world we're going to get that dang thing out of there. Well, guys, this kind of sucks. We got this bottom one in. This top one is being a pain. Like, we even decided, because this one's crunched in, we went and put this bottom one in. Didn't do the top one, but this one's like perfectly fine. So I don't know. I might not even do this one in general, just because it's a pain in the ass. Because look at, to get to the bolt, the exhaust is kind of in the, I don't know. But look at this. This is the problem we're running into. This ain't lining up. You know, this bolt's in up over here. I think you guys can see that bolt is in up there. And yeah, not lining up. The axle needs to be twisted or turned, or who knows, maybe the axle is bent. I don't know. But yeah, so that's our current situation. Finally progress everything. Look at that. These are all in now. We got both sides. Hell yeah. I don't remember exactly where we left off because it's been a couple weeks, but basically this one was pretty much too far this way, so the bolt wasn't lining up. This was too far back, so we had to take this one out. We pulled the axle attached back there with the come along and everything, pulled it forward, and I don't know, something like ended up snapping up here. I think the sway bar end link like popped off or something, and all of a sudden the whole thing just boom went into place. Got this in, got the top one in. Then we used a hydraulic ram I went and bought from Harbor Freight, and I'll show it to you here real quick. And we put both these bolts in, and we put it in there and separated it out, and had a strap just now, a ratchet strap going from right here to the trailer. And then we were able to take the ram out and put this one in and bolt it all up finally. So now it's all done under here. Oh, and I disconnected this too before I did all that. So I just put this back on. I just took off these little bolts all around here, took this off just so there wasn't like extra tension when we were pulling the axle forward. But yeah, here, I'll show you guys the hydraulic ram real quick I had to buy. Right here, pretty much used this and it spread it out. So I had to buy this whole kit, and pretty dang useful. Look, it's got like a jaws of life type thing. Maybe I'll have to use it later on. Here's the old steering stabilizer. It was a broken there. Look at this. I got this new nice headlamp thing. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. That off. Here was what broke in the steering. The sleeve right here sheared right off. And as you can see, we got a nice brand new one. Just put that bad boy on. Got the new steering stabilizer on, and this thing's all hooked up. Oh, forgot this wrench right here. Oh, she's a little stuck in there. Ugh. I'll have to get that off. There we go. And yeah, this thing's actually officially done. Oh no, still got the end links. I got brand new ones of those, so gotta put those on. But now it could actually steer technically, so I could drive it off. Next step complete. Honestly, it's been so long since the last clip. It's just been hot in Arizona, and now it's finally cooled off. Look at this. I even got a long sleeve on. I'm just sweating a little bit. It's like 75 degrees. I'm just doing that so I stay clean. But look at this. Got the bumper almost all the way off. Here's all the trash from the rest of the front bumper there, and basically got these three off right there, and the whole bracket's actually pulled back. It was back in there, so I have it pulled out right now. And then I zipped off all these. The whole thing just fell off basically. All the clips are broken for the plastics, but used a long extension right here to get these last two, but now there's just one more that's right here behind the bend. Once I get that off, this bumper should just fall right off. Actually, I need to undo the fog light on this side. I haven't done that yet. But otherwise, should just fall right off. And then we're ready to tow this somewhere to try to get this thing started. So I'm pretty happy, you guys, to finally get this thing going and be freaking shifting gears. It'll be awesome. Been so busy. I've been working on like the O2, doing like miscellaneous maintenance stuff and whatnot. Little things here. A little transmission line broke on the O2. It cracked. And just every weekend's been kind of filled with the O2, or I went hunting, got me a nice, my nice first buck, and I'll put a picture of it right here. Just the rack, because I don't want to get demonetized or anything. And yeah, you guys, it's been pretty fun, but now we're finally like got time. Actually, I'm going to be moving, so I'm going to be moving in a few weeks. So I want to get this truck running before I move, so, or at least partially. So yeah, I'm moving from my place to another place, getting a pool, bigger house. I'm gonna have some more roommates, so you know, still gonna be like almost the same price, like $100 more than I'm paying now. So I'm pretty happy. But here we go. Let's get this thing off the green truck here, Copart truck. I have to get a wrench right up in there to get that last bolt out. So glad I bought this thing. I got this thing to get that control arm in over there, and look at this bad boy. We gonna spread you apart. Look at this. Here we go. Let's see how this is gonna work. Oh, like butter. Just this thing's actually kind of hard to press. Kind of need two hands for it. Oh, gotta get up. Let's see. Spread. Look at that hydraulic. I got access now. Ugh. I think that's as most I can spread it. I don't know. But look at that. We got access to the bolt there now. Getting it. Oh, lost it there. Oh, come on. Slowly but surely, we're getting it. Bumper, I literally took out, where even is it? I don't even know if this one was it, but I took out the bolt. I'm like, okay, here we go. Now let's take out the jaws of life. I loosened it and the whole bumper just went, I literally just leaned over this way and it fell down. This arm right here just fell all the way down. Now I know why the fog lights don't work. It was pinched off. Luckily that was not from the fall there. As you can see, it's actually pinched right there. So that's why the fog lights don't work. But dang, that bumper just literally just fell right off. Just got to bend that bracket back and we should be in business here. Look at that, no frame damage to speak of. Just need to bend that little bracket there back. I think I just did that, bending it all out to get to the bolt, but there we go. No frame damage, we're good to go. You take all these things out. These are from that front hitch right there. Yeah, you guys, thing is off and about to get the truck dang near running. Look at that. I wonder if the AC condenser still works. Probably not, but maybe it does. Who knows? It's like I probably will need a new intercooler. Look at that. It sheared that mount off. That's how far it pushed back. You can kind of see where it was at. And look, this little bracket here on both sides, that side too, is bent. That bar is supposed to go straight up to right back here. You can see right there. And so that also needs to be replaced or bent back. Still might all work though. Okay guys, so I pulled it into our dealership here and I got talking with one of our alarm guys and he was able to help me out here. Still doesn't start, but we got rid of the whole alarm thing. He was able to go in there, cut it all out, reconnect any wires that, you know, where it was spliced in from, and look at all this mess. All these wires for the aftermarket alarm. Like, that is just a whole bunch, but you can see all the things. Those are the 2 boxes that got cut out. Got everything back in here restored. Looks so much cleaner. Now I just need to speak with the technician and kind of, you know, trace down what's causing this thing to not start. Now the battery died because we were trying to start it a bunch and, you know, messing around with it. So now I'm gonna need to charge up the batteries again. Here's more of the wiring there from this side, and go into that alarm speaker right there. But there you go. Soon we should be getting this thing all back together, hopefully running soon. Well, you guys, I'm at the dealership here. They don't have time to fix this thing. Been kind of waiting here for a few months, and they're not gonna have time. So I'm gonna take it home. They gave me some suggestions, but we're towing it home with the Cummins, my old truck. So this will be pretty crazy. Look at guys how squatted this thing is. My gosh, freaking crazy. She got some squat going on, but a little worried. Hopefully I don't hit back here because it's kind of close. But these Carly springs putting in some work. My gosh, Fox shocks. Damn, they're fully compressed almost. That's not good. But yeah, that's pretty close right there. And that's barely turned. So hopefully I don't hit it. Cummins putting in some work. Not gonna even flip up the tow mirrors because we're not going far, but yeah, hopefully we make it home. Hopefully we can finally get this dang thing running. Here we are, guys, towing the Cummins with the Cummins. This thing honestly does great. Look at this, the boost. Friggin' awesome. We got the alarm ripped out of the truck, but dealership wasn't gonna have time to work on it, so not for a long time. So here we are. We got some suggestions. We're rolling it into the garage so we can work out it. Of course, the one day I do this, it rains. It hasn't rained in 3 months. Now it rains, but here we go. Oh no. Put them on the trailer. They're bent now. They weren't rated for this. Oh, those things are like 20 years old. That's some old steel. But it's in the in here now. We can work on it inside. Also decided to take the camper shell off the O2 to put a fuel tank back there. Looks so different now. Back to how it was. Okay guys, we're hot wiring the pump. See if this works. No videos right now. Okay. Ready? Yeah. Holy shit! Oh my gosh! It's running! Oh, that's bad. That means we have a bad ECM or bad wiring. Oh my gosh, neutral, let out the clutch. Man, I want to let it warm up for a sec. Take that off. Take it off. Oh, I turned the key off and then it was still running. Runs. That means I have a messed up wiring harness or ECM. Well, no, let's try this now. Let's put the plug back on and see if it runs. Well, yeah, we can try that. See if it kills it again. Then we definitely have something wrong with the ECM or wiring. Yeah, man. Yes! Oh, you guys, I'm so happy it runs. That means I don't need to buy a VP44. Okay, that's good. But shoot. Oh, this makes so much more problems. Okay, we plugged the VP back in. I think it's going to kill itself again now. We'll see. Manual. We'll even wait for the wait to start. Huh. How it lost prime, huh?
Did it lose prime
or was it not even getting power?
Or it's because of the power issue?
Shoot. I'll give it one more shot. Shoot. Well, shoot. I don't know what the problem is. We hot wire the pump and it works. Now it's not working when you plug the pump in, so I feel like it has to be
Is
EC.
it that blue wire that pissed off the ECM?
I don't know. Well, now it's probably not bled. I don't know. Shoot. I don't know what it could be. So we got it running with using these two wires going to the positive and the negative here. We even put a little fuse in. And, but yeah, now that's pretty much where we're at. At least I'm happy that we heard it run, but no, the VP is not the problem. It's got to be something either with the wiring up in there or whatnot. Well, from the, where's the plug at? Well, it's just sitting right back down in here. Here's the plug off the VP pump. So we got to pretty much just trace down all these wires in here and kind of see what's going on. And that, or it could be like a PCM or the computer or whatever. So that's pretty much where we're at, but gonna get this thing running here sooner or later, but not too bad. Oh yeah, put a new filter on because it needed that, but obviously we're not even there yet. But look at the inside, got it cleaned up a bit. Not too shabby, looks good. Nice Laramie interior, this thing's pretty awesome. Can't wait to get this thing actually running. But if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Definitely be checking it out because I'm pretty much stuck right here. The only thing we can do is just chase down that wiring harness. Otherwise, I don't really know any other way to test anything. But yeah, leave a comment below. Obviously, we have fuel. Here's the fuel gauge. Actually took this off the O2. Use this fuel gauge here. Checked, we have pressure to the VP. We did get power to the plug, so the plug was giving off about 10-ish volts. We ended up doing this little hot wire here. It runs, so something's wrong with the truck, the computer not telling it to run or whatever. So something's with the wiring or the computer, I think. So leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully get this thing running soon.